Hey guys, it's King Egbert and the Angry Birds family here. So today I'm gonna give a half-assed rant on what I think America should have done regarding this Iran war. Um, so yeah, th- America didn't even try to win this war. First of all, um. America didn't fight total war, World War II strategy at all. I don't even know what the fuck you can describe this strategy as. It's like Lyndon Johnson's incompetent half in, half out strategy. Well, actually, I would argue it's more like a quarter in, three quarters out strategy with Donald Dump. Um, the way America should have fought this war is, World War II style, go full Curtis LeMay, Douglas MacArthur on them from the air, carpet bomb the whole freaking place and do a ground invasion, full George Patton, Dwight Eisenhower style, and totally defeat them. Yeah, like I feel like we should be treating Iran, the same way we treated NZ Germany. I have to say NZ because YouTube doesn't like the word, so I have to self censor and say NZ. We should have treated Iran the same way we treated NZ Germany, and we should treat all members of the Axis of Resistance as NZ collaborators. The UK after World War II proposed giving German leaders and NZ war criminals summary executions, but the U.S. and the Soviet Union told them, "Nah, let's do show trials instead." Um, but I would say we should go a step further and after we fully invade and defeat Iran, we should give all of Iran's leaders, civilian leaders, and all of Iran's military personnel summary executions just like the NZs. And all the Axis of Resistance members should be treated as NZ collaborators and given summary executions as well. I think that Saudi Arabia should launch a ground offensive in Yemen to defeat the Houthis once and for all, so that the internationally recognized government of Yemen has total control over the whole country, and that new Yemen can start the process of becoming a U.S. ally. Yeah, and also regarding Iran, like the whole purpose of this war should have been restore the Shah. Pahlavi Iran was admirable. It had a bright future. Iran basically would have been like Turkey today if the Shah had never been overthrown. And that Iran was a U.S. ally. And because, Muhammad Reza Pahlavi was basically, the Ataturk of Iran, pretty much. So, yeah, so the number one goal should be to restore the Shah. That should be the whole point of invading Iran. But I also believe that, seeing how boastful and proud Iran seems to be. We have IRGC bots flooding Wikipedia saying, "Oh, this war was an Iranian victory." Blah 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 blah. It's like, Iran needs to have its pride hurt a bit. So I think we should also, in the same way we forced NZ Germany to do massive war reparations to the Allies, we should also be forcing Iran, the Ayatollah regime in Iran, to do massive war reparations to both the United States and to the Gulf Arab states. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's shocking to me how people are so stupid and would say Iran won. Because, okay, yeah, this war wasn't a resounding victory for America, but, like, Iran lost, like, pretty much their whole Air Force, Civil Air Fleet, Navy, Merchant Marine, and the U.S. and the U.S. basically controlled Iran's airspace the entire time. So like and Iran lost its pre-war leadership that's not a victory like on Iran's end. That's not an Iranian victory. People are so stupid that they're going to think that the side that did suffer the losses and the side that didn't, the side that did suffer the losses is the victor. That's so dumb. And we have Wikipedia editors going in discussions. They ban people from being able to edit such obvious disinformation. And we go into the discuss section, we see Wikipedia editors going, anybody who says this war in Iran, the outcome was inconclusive, that's just cope. It's just total cope, bro. Really? Really? That's how low IQ people have become these days? So yeah, in my opinion, so here's what the Iranian war reparations to the United States and to the Gulf Arab states should look like, modeled off German war reparations. So after World War II, number one, the German people were declared collectively guilty for NZ crimes and for the Mustache Man. So, in the same way, the Iranian people must be declared collectively guilty for supporting the Ayatollah regime, for refusing to overthrow the Ayatollah regime and bring back the Shah. The Iranian people must be declared collectively guilty. Because this regime would not be in power in Iran for so long if it wasn't for the compliance of the Iranian people. So, for that reason, the Iranian people must be declared collectively responsible for all the actions that the Ayatollah regime has undertaken. The next aspect of Iranian war reparations. So, after World War II, the Allies forced Germany to transfer all of its military equipment to the Allies, transfer all of its patents to the Allies, transfer all of its precious metals to the Allies, transfer all of its civilian aircraft, watercraft, railroad vehicles to the Allies. So, in the exact same way, Iran must be forced to transfer all its military equipment to the United States and the Gulf Arab states. It should transfer all its patents to the US and the Gulf states, all of its precious metals, all of its civilian aircraft, watercraft, and railway vehicles. Also, in addition, Iran's uranium and Iran's oil should all be transferred to the US and the Gulf states. That's another thing. Also, moreover, in the same way that we underwent, the German people after World War II were forced to undergo a systematic de-radicalization called de-enzification, to self-censor here. The Iranian people must also go through a process of systematic de-radicalization, called de-ayatollahification, demullification, whatever you want to call it. But the Iranian people must be indoctrinated in the same way the German people were indoctrinated, so that nothing like the Ayatollah regime ever happens again. Yes, and all symbols of the Ayatollah regime must be universally condemned. So, Iran's parliament building, which is shaped like an Illuminati pyramid and has 33 windows, just like, the 33 degrees of Freemasonry. Yeah, so that parliament building needs to be demolished. And on the inside of the parliament building, there's like a Illuminati triangle, again with Iran's emblem. Iran's state emblem looks like an Illuminati all-seeing eye and the eye of a reptile. So that emblem needs to be stigmatized completely. It should be treated just like how the Estica, the Estica, to self-censor, the symbol of the NZs, the Estica is treated today. That symbol, that Illuminati all-seeing eye reptilian symbol that is on Iran's flag, in Iran's coat of arms, that symbol should be completely stigmatized, 100%. Another thing, that should happen, that should possibly happen. After World War II, millions of Germans were put into forced labor into Allied countries as part of German war reparations, and then afterwards repatriated. So in the same way, I might also recommend putting millions of the Iranian people into forced labor in the Gulf Arab states and then repatriated as well as part of Iranian war reparations. Okay, and also, moreover, you know what? Baby Matilda, I think maybe because your voice is incoherent, maybe you should just let me take over the speaking. No words from Baby Matilda. Um, so another thing that needs to happen, obviously, Iran's Ayatollah regime. So part of just like de-Nazification in Germany, all monuments to the Ayatollah regime need to be dismantled. Everything named after the Ayatollah regime needs to be renamed. The Shah of Iran must be restored. So that's the key thing. The Shah of Iran must be restored. Iran must be set on a path to becoming a permanent ally of the US in the same way that Germany, Italy, and Japan were forced on a similar path after World War II. And the US must maintain several military bases in Iran. Just like how America maintains countless military bases today in Germany, Italy, and Japan, the same must happen to Iran. Yeah, all right. What else? What else should happen as a result of Iranian war operations? We compare to Germany. No territorial losses, just because territorial losses are legal under UN law. And I respect that. And I think it would be bad to force Iran to have territorial losses. I think that would radicalize the Iranian diaspora against, punishing the defeated Iranian regime when it gets defeated. So I encourage Donald Trump to actually fight the war in Iran in the same way we fought World War II, and against the axis of resistance entirely. So we mentioned what should happen to the Houthis. We also believe same thing should happen to acts of resistance fighters in countries like Iraq and Bahrain that are destabilizing those countries. They should be subject to summary executions as well, just like NZ collaborators. And what else? What else should happen regarding Iran war operations? Is that it? I think so. I think so. The key thing is letting the Shah, rebuild the government, rebuild Iran, however he wants. After all the war reparations that Iran gives to America have been completed, America can embark on a journey of, rebuilding Iran, just like America helped rebuild Italy, Japan, and Germany after World War II. And also, rebuilding, places like Yemen too, after getting rid of the Houthis. But other than that, Iran just needs to have its pride hurt a bit. I'm so sick of going on YouTube all the time and seeing, pro-Iran propaganda everywhere. Everyone praising Iran. Everyone saying, Iran was victorious. Iran is so angelic. Like, dude, I get it, okay? I get it. I get that people despise Israel, rightfully so. I get it. We've made plenty of videos criticizing Israel. I get it. But you don't have to be pro-Israel. You don't have to be pro-Iran to be anti-Israel. You can be both anti-Israel and anti-Iran. Saddam Hussein was both. Saddam Hussein was base bro. That's why America should have never invaded Iraq. America should have formed an alliance with Saddam Hussein to crush both Israel and Iran. So such a great tragedy, such a missed opportunity for us, because the Ayatollah regime is absolutely despicable. The axis of resistance is despicable, and Israel is despicable. So I think what America needs to do is form an alliance with the whole Arab League, to counter both Israel and Iran. And we could we'll make another video about some more things to criticize about Israel, but overall, America should be seeking the total defeat of Iran. Carpet bomb the whole place like Curtis LeMay, like Douglas MacArthur, do a massive ground invasion, defeat them just like Patton and Eisenhower would. And not just America, the Gulf states. If they could help out, that would be awesome. If the rest of NATO could help out, that would be awesome. It's really stupid that Donald Trump rejected help from Keir Starmer, who was sending aircraft carriers to help defeat Iran. You know, but yeah, you know, we need to stop doing the ceasefire. We need to stop, you know. And I'm done with hearing this dumb shit about America blew up a girls' school. It's like, bro, yeah, America blew up like thousands of schools, maybe millions during, you know, World War One and World War Two and Korea and Vietnam. So you know, like, get real. I guess that's what war is. Like, like no one gives a shit, bro. Like, you know, pathetic, so stupid. I just so contemptible. I have no respect for these kinds of arguments. But yeah, I mean, I think we laid out our plan for Iranian war reparations. I don't think yeah, I don't think there's anything else to discuss. I think that's it. You know, treat Iran's leaders like, you know, the Enzis. Treat them like the Enzis. You know, the war against Iran should be treated like, and against the Axis of Resistance should be treated as a war against a new war against fascism, where America gets, you know, massive war reparations, and Iran is, you know, is prevented from ever being able to pose a threat to both the United States and to the Arab states, especially the Gulf Arab states. So, yeah, I guess that's it, guys. I guess that's it. I mean, what else is there to say? I guess there isn't anything else to say. So, you know what, guys? Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Check out all of our content. Click that notifications button so you never miss another video. And help us win the YouTube arms race against Mr. Beast by making us the first channel in world history to get over 1 billion subscribers. This has been the Angry Birds family of J. Edgar Vacuum Cleaner. Peace. I finally get to speak. Just like they said, hang the Kaiser. Just like David Lloyd George said, hang the Kaiser, hang the Ayatollah.